with music a lot, so I really enjoy playing music here on Reggae Global Radio and Viscosity Blend. It truly is an experience and a journey out of my comfort zone. I find myself always wanting to look for new music or, find old music that I used to listen to and play it for all of you, share it with all of you. So I hope you enjoy. Hi, Sasha. I'm also streaming on Instagram Live if anybody wants to get on the video as I get into what I'm going to talk about. Hi, hope you're doing well. Sending positive energy to you all. As I was saying earlier, I wanted to talk about basically the fact that we're a human being and not really a human doing. So I got this from an article that I was reading, and it said that, you are a human being, not a human doing. That we get so caught up in, going about our day and doing the things daily that we don't really focus on just being what we are supposed to be doing, what, the meaning of our existence is to be present in the moment, to be aware of what's going on, to live in the moment and truly experience everything that life has to offer us. And the article started out by a quote from a book called The 40 Rules of Love. The author is Elif Shafak. So the quote is, "Spiritual growth is about the totality of our consciousness, not about obsessing over particular aspects. Don't reach for the details at the expense of the whole." So basically, don't obsess over the details at the expense of the whole, at the expense of you. This really hit home for me because I obsess over the details for sure. I've mentioned here before that I am sort of a control freak and I like to control every aspect of my life at all times. And as I have been going on this spiritual journey and, this journey of finding myself, I have really come to realize that and know where I should be able to change and how I can focus my attention more on the things that I can control and the things that are actually in my control. And, obsessing over these things that you have no control over just kind of makes you a little crazy. And I believe I have been driving myself crazy over the course of my life by trying to control every aspect. So I'm learning to let go, and I'm bringing you all along on the journey with me because I want you to be able to let go as well. Whether it's because you like to be controlling or maybe it's the opposite, other people are controlling you and you let them, whatever the case may be, I want you to go on this journey with me. Thank you, Richie. So whether you do or you don't, you are still whole. Your self-worth is, nothing to do with how productive you are. It really has everything to do with how accepting and content you are with you being you, not you being anything else, not what anybody else thinks about you, not what anybody else is saying about you, but really just accepting you. In life, there's always going to be something else you could be doing. There's always going to be a problem that arises that you're going to have to solve. Chores are always going to be there. Your bills are always going to be there. These responsibilities are always going to be there. But, what's the point of accomplishing all of these great things and working so hard to accomplish all of these great things if, once you get there, you're worn out, you're exhausted, you're ill, you can't even enjoy what you've built, what you've put your entire being into, your entire life. You've been focused on being productive and accomplishing these things, which is fine. It's totally okay to be like that, to be productive and want to accomplish things. But it's also important for you to take the time for yourself and take the time to just be and just be content with yourself and accept the fact that, whatever you do and whatever you put out there is directly under your control. You make the decisions. You are the boss. And your mind is just as valuable to you as your body is. So just like you go and exercise at the gym weekly or whatever the case may be, or just like you take time away to make sure that you're taken care of and you feed your body the correct things, and you're drinking water, getting sunlight, all those things, your mind needs to be taken care of as well. And there's way more to life than just doing. There, you have to allow yourself to just be in the moment, to just be still, sit in silence, drink your coffee, drink your tea, don't talk, don't look at your phone, don't read a book, don't journal, just sit and just be content with being there in silence. And that's really how you center yourself and how you bring yourself to inner peace, is being okay with just how you are, no matter what anybody in the outside world thinks, and no matter what is going on in the outside world. you know um, focusing on the things we can't control is so detrimental, and I struggle with it a lot, like I said, and it's a constant battle for me, and I'm always working to make sure that I'm not, my mood is not dictated by something that happened outside of me that, I can't change or I can't do anything about. I'm really working on it, and I see progress, and I see myself reacting quicker to those emotions and those feelings, and kind of bringing myself back to me. And it's cool. It's really cool to see that the work that I've been putting in is actually coming to fruition, coming to, the surface as I go through life and I'm experiencing things. And, I'm starting to, instead of when something happens, questioning why me, or why do things always happen to me, or why am I so unlucky, or why this, why that, and I'm trying to change. Every time I find myself asking these questions, I change it instead to, what is the universe trying to teach me from this experience? How can I learn from this? What can I take away from this event, or this conversation, or this negative experience? And how can I make myself better? How can I have it contribute to my personal growth? And I'm really focused on, switching the question, instead of focusing on me and, why is it all about me? It's really not all about me, because no matter what, it's not even all about you, because no matter what, life is going to go on. The world is going to keep turning, where, everything's going to keep moving, regardless of what I think, what you think of me, what they think of me. It's always going to keep going. So if we can just take every experience and try to learn something from it, instead of trying to put the blame on something, then we can really, really learn and grow in life, and start leading the path that we're supposed to, and shine our light to others. Sasha says on Instagram Live, always give yourself a celebration when you consciously see your results. Yes, that is so, so important. You have to celebrate your growth. You have to celebrate your wins. Every time you notice that you have changed in a way, or you are growing, or you find yourself thinking about, you find yourself being aware of these negative thoughts that you have, and you're trying to flip them into positives. When you are aware of that happening, when you see that happening, you need to celebrate that. You need to be able to step back and know that you accomplished something great. Every little step towards being more positive and being more spiritual with yourself is awesome. It's a win. And you should never look at anything as losing or as failing. I mean, you can look at it as failing, that's okay, but you're not really a failure, and you're not going to fail, because you're going to keep trying, and you're going to keep putting yourself out there to experience and learn and grow. Because I always say it, and I repeat it all the time, because it really is what life is about, is going through these experiences and learning from them and growing, and really coming into how you can share your experience with the world, and how you can help others who may be going on the same path as you, or going down the same road, or going through something that you went through in the past and you were able to get through it. That's what it's about. Everybody is so unique, because everyone has their own perspective of life. Nobody sees life through your eyes. Nobody knows what you go through. Nobody knows what you felt, what you thought. Only you. So it's up to you to be able to put that in a positive way and share it with others, and share your experience so others can learn as well, and as you talk about your experiences and you share them with others and you help others through what you've gone through, you learn and you realize that you're growing too. And, although you're helping this person, you're also helping yourself. And talking about things out loud really helps them come to the surface and make us really understand what's going on. So it's really important to make sure you do that. And, what I was really talking about being and not doing, is about idleness, really just doing nothing. Not that you're watching TV and laying on the couch. That's not doing nothing. That's doing something. You're watching TV. Doing nothing would be like, going for a walk outside without your phone, without music, no podcast you're listening to, just you and yourself walking outside. And maybe you sit on a park bench, or maybe you are just, sitting in the grass on a blanket. That's really doing nothing. Or you're just sitting at home, just there, maybe you're outside, whatever it is, just being idle, not worried about what you have to do next or what's coming up next. Thank you, Sasha. But yeah, we have to experience more of that, because that's how you feel more connected with yourself. That's how you bring yourself to your center, and how you know who you are. You can understand yourself. So the article that I was reading gave us like 5 ways of how to experience more idleness. And I'm just going to go through them with you, and I'll share a little story, because I've kind of been doing this. So how to experience more idleness is you want to disconnect in order to reconnect. So this has a lot to do with social media. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever it is that you use, these things consume us. And, whatever is on there, we're processing and we're allowing into our minds. And, we're not really aware that we're thinking these things, or maybe bad thoughts of what we're seeing, because we're comparing ourselves to these people that are on these platforms. When I started going through my journey, I had deleted all of social media, and I took about a month off because I was really consuming myself with everything on there. And this was around the time where we were having the protests and the riots, and everything just was not feeling at peace or balanced. Everything felt off kilter. Nothing was going the right way, and it seemed like we were going so far back in history. And it was really sad and upsetting, and I was really consuming myself with this, and always reading an article or seeing a video, a post, whatever the case may be. And I just was like, you know what? I can't consume myself with this. I can't be focused on this, because I'm going down this path that is not one that I know is for me, I know is right. So I deleted my social media, and I didn't have anything. And I think maybe I had Pinterest, and I just Googled or looked up positive quotes and positive things, mantras. And it really, really helped me. And now I wouldn't say that I'm happy being back on social media. I am, because I get to share all of this with you. But at the same time, I don't stay on social media a lot. I don't browse through my timeline mindlessly. Everything is with purpose. The next thing is rid yourself of the needless pressure and irrational guilt. Stop defining your life by what society thinks, or what others pressure you to be, or what you think you're supposed to be because society dictates that, or your mom was that, or your dad was that, or whoever, everybody in your family followed this path. Like, that does not have to be for you. You set your own path, you make your own decisions, you make your own way. So don't worry, don't feel guilty, don't succumb to the pressure. Be who you want to be. You can also create a small daily ritual for doing absolutely nothing but being. And this could be, like I was saying, either sitting on your patio or balcony, whatever the case may be, and just drinking your coffee or tea or your water in silence, and kind of just being there with your mind, with yourself. No journaling, no music, just being. You can also pick a day during the week, or maybe it's a half day, or maybe you can even just start with a couple hours of where you are really practicing self-care. You really want to dedicate the time Don't clean, don't check your emails, don't check your missed calls, don't start thinking about what it is you need to do. Just relax. Relax at home, go for a walk, whatever the case may be. And the last one, honestly, this one I think is the most important to me, and it's reconnecting with nature. You know that I'm an advocate for nature, and I'm an advocate for plants and how plants can really heal us, and you know, it's all in our mind, and once we put these things around us that help us, you know, help us feel peace, help us feel calm, help us feel okay with just being who we are, then, you know, life is great. Life feels great. Life is great regardless, and it's just up to you to decide that life is great and to start feeling that life is great and that you love life. You know, nature heals, it calms you, it revitalizes you, brings you back to your center, whether you are just out in a park admiring nature, whether it's your garden at home that you admire every day and you take care of, whatever it is, you know, nature is healing, so bring it close to you, bring it close to your heart, and really feel what, you know, nature has to offer to you. So that is the article I read about how we are all human beings and not human doings. We need to, of course, you know, focus on doing things to be more productive and to accomplish the goals that you set for yourself, but also take the time to just be okay with who you are, to forget about what anybody thinks about you, to forget about what society is telling you to do, and just be okay with you, because you're awesome and you are amazing, and you just need to believe it. All you have to do is believe it, and the rest just comes so easily. So, yep, that's it. We're gonna get back into some more music. I'll play a little bit more reggaeton, and we'll go to a break and come back. We're about halfway through. I'll come back and we'll talk about how to cultivate our mind's garden, and we'll go through some steps on that and how we can do that. So let's get back into the music, and I will be back.